Alright, welcome back to Brigade. We are currently just chilling out in Fairland, waiting to recruit a pilot, building some more parts for our last mech, which will get named in a second. And the objective for this session is really to get more back on our feet. We've only got 5 supplies right now. We are using very basic equipment, so we're going to do a little bit of just wandering around and trying to find some more targets. There's an enemy patrol somewhere in this area. This is out-of-date sensor information, so they're probably not here anymore. We also have the old War Memorial site from earlier on that we're going to check out. We just got our new pilot. Let's check them out. So our new pilot has come through as Charlie. I already have a name picked out for them. We're going to randomize 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Charlie's got a cool headset. We're going to rename them. So that's their... This is actually Blanket Mouse from one of our requests for a mech name. This is the one that I rolled up. We'll just call them Blanket Mouse in both. Save. Actually, they're going to. I need to rename them because that's not going to be the name of the mech. The mech they're going to be driving is the Gerblin. So that's going to be their call sign. Call sign Gerblin, which could be the name of their mech when it is finished construction. But we can now head out. So let's go and check out the War Memorial, and then we're going to head up into Vremel. So Vremel and Hosfred are level 6 at the moment. Balkan is also level 6, so Balakan is somewhere we could head to if things are getting a little bit too hot around here. But Malman, all these other places are level 7. That's our arm completed. Let's just wait for our lower body, our legs to be completed, and we'll get them slapped onto the Gerblin and get it built. And that's done. So let's finish the Gerblin off. First things first, need to fix the name, which you can't do from this screen. Oh, interesting. I can give it a roll icon here. I didn't realize that. That's quite useful. Cool. But we need to change the name of the mech first, which we do from here. There we go. I always lose the rename option. Gerblin. And obviously it's going to need a Gerblin-y color scheme. Alright, let's give it a lower body. It's now got these Elbrus legs. It has a left arm. We don't have anything to put in its left slot, sadly, so it just has the rocket launcher for now. The only other option we have is the Tracer, but the Tracer only does 300 incendiary damage, which I just don't think is enough, unfortunately. So let's edit livery. Let's clear the color for that. We want something Gerblin-y, something green. I don't think there's anything that's like a really bright green. That Alpine Rock is actually quite nice, but it's not very Gerblin-y. The Alpine Forest, maybe? Or the Field Camo? Field Officer? Field Army? Anything else green? The Reserves? Something that stands out. We've also just got like a very neon green here. The green mid's not too bad as a goblin-y color. Kind of an orky color. We go for the iridescent green. Let's go for the iridescent green. That's our Gerblin. Alright, Gerblin is built and ready for combat. Our threat level has now jumped up to 210, which does mean we can take on some bigger issues. Weird that we didn't resupply when we were in the base. That's a bit annoying. Let's speed time up a little bit. Let's get into some action. Something out there. Okay. A generous farmer donates some fuel to you. While refueling the base, one of your pilots goes over to chat with her. When your pilot returns, they are very excited about what they've learned. This is called the Haunted Province by the locals, they tell you. And she said that there's been an increase of ghost activity since the occupation began. In fact, she's heard about a barn that people refuse to go near at the moment because of a poltergeist. Can you imagine? What a load of rubbish, another pilot remarks. Come on, don't you think we should check it out? Everyone turns to you. So, this is something that's been coming up a lot in the comments. We're in the middle of a war for freedom. We're trying to liberate our company from oppressors. And our people are wanting to stargaze, pet dogs, which honestly I don't have an issue with really, and now they want to go ghost hunting. Thematically, the events just don't really seem to fit with the gravity of the situation that the game is presenting. Which makes me think that maybe they need another pass over the theming of their events. The events are cute and they're fun, but they don't really fit the theme of an army liberating its country, I think. Like, I don't really know how Resistance High Command would feel when we report in, alright, Phantom Brigade, what did you do today? Oh, we went ghost hunting. But let's go ghost hunting, because I want to see what happens. So we have a ghost location now. The ghost location is over in this village. Well, we're going to go check out that village once we checked out the War Memorial. I don't think anything's going to happen at the War Memorial, but let's see. War Memorial. You push with caution, but the coast is clear. There are more abandoned mechs here than you could see from the road, and they seem to be getting more numerous the further from the road that you get. Oh, I know where we are, your pilot exclaims. I heard there were some memorials from the old war out here, but I've never seen them. If we have time, I'd love to pay my respects. Alright, you come across a quiet memorial. At the center, a slab of concrete has the names of fallen pilots etched onto it. On the ground, helmets are scattered and reeds grow through the burned out cracks in them. You and your pilot scramble out of the mobile base and have a moment of silence. When it's passed, one of the pilots leans over and asks, what do you want to do now? Investigate, because there may be more that meets the eye. Does that mean there's some Autobots here? We can leave, or we can salvage. You gain a few sketchy approaches, but your pilots don't feel good about looting a memorial. Let's investigate. We can spare 6 hours. Let's just do a high speed. Let's just tick them time on a little bit. This will also mean that the heat will drop in these zones from us, which is kind of an okay outcome, I guess. Investigate cache concluded. Nothing happened. A lot of these events change just kind of end with a wet fart, with nothing exciting happening, and it is very frustrating as a player for that to happen. Even if it just got a little like note that something had happened would be really nice, but that was just very disappointing. All right, let's hit the ghost site then, and then we'll move into some combat. Very friendly fire. One of the luxuries of Liberation is a return of festivities. As your team rests near a settlement they help free, you notice a lot of activity starting up. In the town square, there are stalls selling fluffy potato pancakes slathered in lingonberry jam and steaming bowls of curry filled with dumplings. Others sell caramelized nuts and other sweet treats, and others still have handmade traps. So it's another festival of fire. I don't need to recover anything right now. I'm just going to leave. Bump in the night. You roll up to the supposedly haunted barn. It's a creaky, rickety old thing, with huge exposed parts from where the wood has rotted into nothing. The windows are awash with cobwebs too thick to see through, and what you can see seems to be moulding hailstacks. It's not a farmhouse for miles. It is spooky, your more skeptical pilot admits, but that doesn't mean it isn't nonsense. Yeah, well, we'll see, your excited pilot says. Can we stick it out for a bit, boss? See what happens? Sure. I almost swore. Let's ghost hunt for 6 hours. That seems like a great use of our time. Super advanced technology, secret unit of powerful battle mechs. Let's ghost hunt for 6 hours. Busting ghosts. Most of your pilots, other than the ones most invested, do work while they wait, but after a couple of hours, the one watching the barn waves you over. Do you hear that? They whisper to you. And sure enough, you hear a strange, high-pitched cry coming from the barn. It's a cat, I bet you it's a cat. It's quiet, but it's definitely inhuman. You also hear some scratching, though 200% it's a cat. The skeptical pilot backs away. Maybe we shouldn't mess with this. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts, says the excited one. I don't, but still, better safe than sorry. If this isn't a cat, I'm going to be very surprised. We now have a cat. You and your pilots approach the barn slowly, ready for any surprise. The high-pitched cries have stopped, but the scratching continues. As you get closer, your pilot motions for you to stay put while they duck inside one of the rotted holes in the wood. Then you hear them laughing. They appear a second later with a little bundle of ginger in their hands. It's a kitten, they explain. Must be left behind by their mother and been making a racket in here. Poor thing. Well, the dog won't like this, says one pilot when you get back to the base. But we can try to get them to be friends. You'll be a good little kitty, won't you? They boop the kitten's nose, and in agreement, the kitten purrs. Well, it's cute. I mean, personally, I like cats and dogs, so I'm quite happy to have a cat. But I know a lot of people aren't cat people. But what I'll say there is, if you give cats a chance, they'll give you a chance. All right, let's get back to the war. I'm going to sneak through, see if this patrol's still about. Maybe start hitting some farms or something. Let's get back to normal speed. What I want to do is hit this farm, I think. 192, we're 210, we should be able to do it. Should be able to get some supplies from this. Let's see what happens. We'll do stealth as we get close to the detection radius of the farm. There is an enemy camp up here, so we have to watch out for that. So let's hit stealth. We've got enough stealth to make it to the camp without them detecting us. Well, they'll detect us when we get close, but they won't be able to do anything about that at that point. So we're heading for Honfes, which is reserves. They have picked us up. They hopefully won't get an alarm off. They did get an alarm off, so this patrol is still here. Interesting. I assume they'd be gone. Alright, gear up. As your order, base flies into action. Let's prepare for battle. Alright, we need to add in Blanket Mouse piloting the Gerblin, our heavy launcher mech. We've got 5 enemy units, no reinforcements on the board. Looks like it's just a straight up fight. Nothing special happening. Let's deploy. They are threat level 192. Game says this will be an easy fight. Alright, we need to get some new guns. I want to upgrade the main gun on the Blackbird. I want to upgrade the Cranky Duke's machine gun. The marksman rifle that the Bucket of Bolts... No, the Cranky Duke has a marksman rifle. That's a pretty good gun. The machine gun the Bucket of Bolts has probably needs an upgrade as well. And this rocket launcher does a lot of concussion damage, so we need to keep that in mind when we're using it. What I really want to do is get supplies so we can start doing some more interesting production workshop items. God, I really messed that sentence up. Let's see what we're going to deal with. Looks like I like skirmish battles in these Scandinavian villages. I think they look really cool with the clapboard houses. This is a map I've used fought on a few times. These fields get trampled as you get into combat. Alright. Careful not to damage any key civilian locations. It doesn't look like, even though they're saying don't damage any buildings, there aren't actually any buildings that I can see on the map that need protecting. So it's just a standard. So we've got a assault rifle tank, an autocannon tank, a marksman rifle and SMG mech, a shotgun tank, and a marksman rifle compact launcher mech. Very fast mechs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get the Cranky Duke up into a position where now, that's interesting. The actual chances of fire here, we don't have a very large window to shoot this guy. Oh, actually, our range is huge. No, it's not. That's with the pistol. No, that's with the main gun. It's a 59% chance to hit him as he closes in. I think that's a pretty good way to take it. If we fire again, he's going to be with... Oh, he's actually going to be in range, so we'll take a second shot. That will overheat us. If we fire again here, the chance to hit is low, but we should still be able to do this amount of damage. Now, nicely, the Gerblin has actually set itself up quite far back. I'm just going to get it to do support missile fire for this fight. I mean, that's all it can really do. I don't think it needs to stand still, really, to fire these missiles, so we're just going to get it to run along here. And I noticed that firing one missile overheats the mech, which is great. But we'll fire 2 missiles, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Alright, next up we've got the Cranky Duke. Cranky Duke already has orders. Bucket of bolts with the machine gun. I think you're in a great position just to open up here. He's a little bit out of range, so let's get you to move just down to here. And I should get you to open up at that tank, because we're going to get the Blackbird to step... Oh, is that a missile coming in? Okay, the Blackbird's taking a missile. There's not a huge amount I can do about that, really, if I wanted to shoot. We're just going to open up on this mech. In fact, if I get him to step backwards, if I get him to dash backwards to here, and then open fire, the mech, this guy will be in a perfect firing distance, and it will also block a couple of shots from these guys. So we've got Bucket of Bolts is stepping forward and firing the machine gun at this tank. The Gerblin is just running and shooting rockets. The Cranky Duke is stepping forward and hitting him with a marksman rifle, and then the Blackbird is just jumping backwards to get the range proper on this guy and firing. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to try and get a good angle for this. Maybe we should have focus fired. Alright, let's have a look here. This tank hasn't taken that much damage. This mech hasn't taken that much damage. This mech also hasn't taken that much damage. Looks like a few of the shots were skiffing. Now, here come the missiles on the Blackbird. What we should be able to do here is... Let's see, if we kind of predict this, those missiles are going to hit around about here, I would say. So what we want to do is just set a wait command to about here, and then we'll dash to here. And that should cause the missiles to miss when we dash backwards, and then we can just set up, and what we'll do is actually fire at this tank, because I think the Blackbird's a little bit better suited for shooting at tanks at the moment. Then we're going to get the Bucket of Bolts. It looks like the Bucket of Bolts isn't getting fired at this turn, but it's getting fired at by this autocannon tank. But what we can do is fire at this mech, set a wait command. He's actually going to be shot at by the time that goes off. Do I think I can take that autocannon fire? There's also fire coming in from him, so let's maybe just rearrange this slightly. Let's get you to dash backwards to up here. That means that when this tank moves forward, its accuracy is going to be very low, and the other tank isn't going to get good line of sight on you. Yeah, no one's able to shoot at you now, which is good. And then from up here, we'll get you to shoot. Now, the problem is you're out of range of this mech. But I kind of want you to hit that mech. So what if I instead get you to dash? I can't get you to dash onto the rock. I could get you to dash over here, which again messes up the range on the autocannon tank, but puts you in a position where you can machine gun this mech. I think that's what I want you to do this turn. We'll give you a wait command, and then we'll give you a move command just to move up to here. Alright, you've already got your first missile in the air. I can't actually see it. Let's actually just watch the replay. I want to see how fast these missiles are. So there it is. Oh, it hit the tree. Well, that's disappointing. That DACA is so cool. And the second missile is currently airborne. Okay. So let's get you to just continue doing what you're doing. We're going to have to rejig this missile, but we'll get you to fire at this tank, actually. And we'll just push this back to when you're cool enough. And we'll just get you to stand up here where you're out of line of sight of everybody, and that should be fine. Next up, the Cranky Duke. You've already opened fire on him and done a reasonable amount, but not great amount of damage. I need you to relocate so that he's in range. If you run back to here, you'll be able to turn and fire at him while he shoots at the Blackbird. 70% chance to hit is nice. Can I get you to double tap without overheating? Just at the end of the turn, yeah, you can. And he will still be in range, which is nice. Blackbird's already got orders. You've got orders. You've got orders. You've got orders. You've got orders. Okay, let's get through this fight quickly. Let's engage. Dodged some of the missiles, but I was a little bit late on the dodge. Tank's down, which is good. I want to see what happens to the missile that was launched from back here. So this missile here goes up, around, comes down, misses its target, doesn't do any damage, but does have a quite big area effect, which is good. Okay, let's just check out the damage. This guy still hasn't taken that much damage. This tank is fine. The pilot of this mech is unconscious. This tank is fine. This mech's about to go down. You haven't taken very much damage. You've taken quite a lot of damage so far. Cranky Juke is A-okay, and the Gerblin is A-okay as well. Definitely gonna get the Gerblin, I think, to shoot at tanks, because it just doesn't have the... It's just not accurate enough to shoot at the mechs, which are moving around too much, right? You need to get moving. Let's get you into a position. I can either move you back this way, if I get you to move to here, or I can get you to run this way and come around about down here, maybe. If I get you to run to here, and then dash... No, you're going to take fire from that tank if I do that. Let's come back to you in a second. You're going to overheat here. Are you being shot at this turn? You're being shot at by the mech. What does the mech got again? A marksman rifle. That will do a lot of damage. I kind of want to get you out of the line of fire of that mech. You are not being fired at all, apart from by this tank, which is hopefully going to get this missile. Is going to come back and hit the tank. So, what I want you to do is come and step up here. It's a little bit out of range, isn't it? What if I get you to dash down here? Which might mess up the fire from the tank. And then you've got a great shot on this guy. 100% chance to hit. That seems pretty nice to me. Just fire until that you're empty, and then just start circling around here so you can start shooting him from that side. Okay, your turn's pretty good. We've got you sorted out. I'm just going to get the Cranky Juke and the Blackbird underway. What I might actually do with the Juke is... Can I get it to dash? Get it dash to up here. Which is going to collide with the Blackbird, so let's not do that. But also get it to dash over here, which I think will mess up this tank's turn. Because this tank wants to shoot at him now. He's too hot to do that. But I'll just get you to run down here. There's nowhere you can really go to break line of sight on this tank, unfortunately. What's your secondary rifle? Just a handgun. I don't think that's going to be enough to do damage to this tank. And it's a shotgun tank. So I don't really want it to get too close. Let's run around here. I think this is the best bet. Just bringing you around behind this rock. You've got to take a little bit of fire and then get you to marksman rifle him from there. And then the Blackbird, when it is cool enough, I think the first thing it needs to do really is just get moving behind here. Which is going to take it a while. I could get it to dash to here, but it's way too hot to do that. So it's cool enough to dash around about here. So if I can move it to here, and then dash to here, it's cool enough to do that, and that should be its whole turn. Alright, let's go. Let's watch this rocket, and we'll see how this goes. Rocket missed by miles. Mech's down. And the shotgun shells are hitting this. So you are not very badly damaged. You have taken, almost lost your leg, so we need to be really careful of you. You've done some good work down here. What I need you to do is actually stop running and shoot at this tank and just take it out if you can. That's going to overheat you massively. Wait for that. So let's just get you to stand and fight. And then when you've done that, we'll get you to move here so that you can shoot at him next turn. Your missiles are just missing non-stop, which is awesome. Let's get you to shoot at him because he's not moving. Obviously wait until you're cool enough to do it. And honestly, let's just keep you standing still because I think that might be interfering with your ability to aim. You are okay because no one is shooting at you this turn apart from the shotgun tank, which is going to end pretty quickly. So once his fire ends, we'll just give you a little bit of a wait command. Get you to move to here, and you can step out and shoot at him. In fact, I get you to move to here. That's as far back as I can bring it. I'm just trying to keep him in marksman rifle range. That's the best I can do. I'm just getting you to shoot at him. 50% chance to hit. We're going to have to take it. I think I can get a double tap in without overheating if I just push it back a little bit. And then the Blackbird, honestly, the Blackbird's taken a lot of damage this turn, so I actually just want to dash in this battle, so I actually just want to dash them into cover here. They are going to collide if I do that. If I walk them in, are they going to take a lot of fire? They are going to take a little bit of fire from him, and he's got a marksman rifle, which I don't really like. What if I just dash him over here? That should break line of sight pretty quickly. Oh, okay. Is it in the air? I think it'll be okay. And then once he's cooled down, can you shoot back? No. What about shooting this tank? Yeah, shoot the tank. All right, let's go. Okay, mech down, tank down. There's just the one tank left. And there is a missile inbound into this area, which may kill the tank. But what we'll do is, just to be sure, you don't have a shot on him, unfortunately. But if I get you to dash, if I get you to cancel this movement and dash up here, you will have a shot on the tank. We'll just make sure you're cool enough to do it. That honestly should be enough, but we'll get you to fire at it too. As soon as you're cool enough. He is going to be shooting at you, but it is a shotgun at long range, so you should get the shots off first. We're going to keep you in cover because you're really low in health. We're not going to fire another rocket, and that should be us. Yeah, the missile knocked him out. Nice. Okay, the missiles, if they hit, do a lot of concussion damage. And that's game over. Okay, we took a little bit of damage, but nobody lost any components, and I think that's a pretty good win. Now, one thing people have been telling me to do is actually take arm components and pull the... none of these have... Oh, this arm might. Some of them have heat sinks and things in them, so this is a heat sink inside it. I should be salvaging this and pulling the heat sink out of it, rather than just scrapping them. Does this have anything in it? This is an excellent reactor, so we'll do the same thing there. And then this SMG, I'm actually going to grab that as a secondary weapon. We'll also grab this marksman rifle just to see if it's any good, and we'll scrap the rest of this for salvage. Making sure that... Oh, hang on. I'm doing something stupid here. Grab the components that aren't destroyed first, because I can get them for less salvage, and then grab the destroyed components second. Alright, let's confirm. Alright, and we've also liberated this farm. So if I now go into our inventory, I can grab from this. There's an option to detach all customizable subsystems from selected parts. That should now get me thrusters. Yeah, it got me a ton of stuff, and I got supplies for it. And I can do that. And now we've got an empty core that I can scrap. Is that right? Yes. And I can do the same thing for these legs. Detach all subsystems. And then scrap them. And that's okay. There's a scrap and attach button. I should be using that. Now, I don't think I can pull anything from these, but I actually want to maybe use them. We'll wait till everybody's repaired. Let's see if we can... Oh, buried treasures. After the fight, your team performs a routine sweep of the area. You notice a group of scouts huddled around some rubble, talking in hushed tones. When one of them spots you, they all stand at attention. Commander! At their feet is a container. Its casing caked in dirt and dust. It looks old, but otherwise intact. We found it jammed in between some books and tools, explains the scout. What should we do with it? I can open it, store it, or leave it. I'm going to open it. Oh, it's a bomb. A group crowds around the strange container in the command room. At your order, one of the technicians crouches over it and gets to work. No one breathes when the latch pops apart, and the lid cracks open. Damn, it's a bomb, and it's live. Every face around you is tight with tension. Murmurs ripple across the group. We might have a chance to defuse it. We have to hurry, boss. Assign someone to it while we move the base as far from the device as possible. Apparently I have a defector that I can send. Did I pick them up a while ago? Knowledge of enemy weaponry will help. Send a pilot. A pilot with defusal training will do it. Throw the bomb. No defusal. Let's send the defectors. I didn't even know I had a defector. Alright, let's... We have this patrol to deal with. We need to repair. Let's pull back into friendly... Do we want to go further north? Because we do have repairs. Let's head up this way. Because what we might do is hit this camp. We just need to make sure that we're not detected. I'm waiting for repairs to complete. Birthday, oh jeez, there's so much going on. During some downtime, one of your pilots approaches looking sheepish. Hey boss, look, I don't want to bother you, but it's my birthday today, and a few of us were wondering if we'd do something to celebrate. We've been working so hard lately, nice to relax. Yeah, sure, we'll sing happy birthday. It's a war, guys, come on. I mean, I guess morale is really important. How is everybody's health looking? Everyone's in full health, okay, that's good. And how are we doing on repairs? Almost fully repaired. We're going to hit this patrol once the repairs are full. Alright, let's hit the... Oh, in the nick of time. The base is silent for a long and heavy moment, then as relief flows in, the crew's voice from the chatter. We did it! I can't believe it. That was too close. Well, let's never do that again. You head back to the bomb sites with the devices carefully removed from its casing and placed gently before you for examination. Your tech looks it over, entering Data's pad. He hums on his throat. Should be a problem now, he reports. What should we do with it? Let's keep the bomb. We have some explosives now. Not that we don't have a massive missile launcher or anything, because the game is not going to take that into account by the looks of it. Alright, let's give the Gerblin an SMG as a secondary weapon. I think that's just prudent. And then if we take a look at the Cranky Duke, the current weapon they're using, it does 14 concussive damage, 701 physical damage. This does... It does slightly more damage, like by 3 over a longer interval, which is, I'm not really that worried about it. It has the modifier range 2. This is the modifier quick loader. What does the quick loader modifier do? Minus 30% duration, minus 10% heat generation. Plus 27% max range, plus 7% min range. I actually quite like the max min range bonus, so we'll keep that. But what we should also be able to now do, if we go back to the bucket of bolts, I believe, they have a rare body part. Yeah, and I now have I have parts I can put in. So I can replace the thrusters. They've currently got EDT endurance thrusters. I can replace them with the flashpoint thrusters, which produce more heat but have more thrust power. I don't think I need to worry about that. We have a level 7 standard core. I can replace that with one of my other cores. This level 3 overdrive core is actually less heat capacity. I want the heat capacity with the minigun. Oh, this is actually a different mech. Hang on. Okay. We also have head armor I can replace. So this is something I haven't really been doing, but you can actually replace the inner components of your mechs. And people will be shouting at me for not doing it. So we need to pick up some nice replacement parts. We actually have an excellent reactor for these. We already have them in the arms of this mech. Defense subsystem none. Right arm offense subsystem. We have an improved heatsink here. That could go into the Blackbird. Have a look at that. Just thinking. The right arm. No, we can't fit it onto this mech. Although we can. He's currently got a gyro, which reduces his mass by 1.5. I could replace that with an excellent reactor, which gives him plus 3 power. That should let him move a little bit better. We'll try that out. I don't have any other things to slot in. So we need to start collecting better stuff, basically. And I need to pay a bit more attention to that system. In the meantime, let's take on this patrol. Actually, we're going to need to boost to catch up with them. Are they running from us? No, they haven't detected us yet. They still haven't detected us. Now they're coming for us. Okay. They may get some reinforcements here. No, they don't. 3 enemies on an elimination mission. I think we've got this. Let's just deploy. There's the team looking cool. Now the Gerblin has a secondary weapon. We can actually use it to help defend. Alright, I'm just going to skip this. It's the same, pretty much the same battlefield as last time. 3 enemies. We've got a assault rifle handgun, an autocannon tank, and a machine gun tank. So that machine gun tank is probably the biggest threat, but let's just try and take this out as quick as we can. Looks like we have another focus fire situation. As soon as these guys get into range, I'm actually going to dash you over to here, because what that will do is mask you from a lot of fire. What's happening over here? I think that's him deploying. I don't know what is going on there. He's attacking. He has a machine gun, right? Is he attacking himself? No, he's shooting over here. I don't know what that line above his head is. I have no idea. But we're blocked from his machine gun fire, which is great. We'll shoot at him once we're in range. We're just going to set up as much focus fire as we can. This is actually a great target for our rocket because he's going to stop moving. So we're just going to rocket him, and we're going to get you to move over here. And if you're cool enough, we'll actually get you to rocket this other tank as well. Just be careful we don't get too close. Where is the Blackbird? The Blackbird is not in the best position. The Blackbird should be able to move a little bit further. I think it's a little bit further. That's for sure. What we'll do is we'll dash them to here and then dash them here where they've got a pretty good field of fire on the enemy. And then we're just going to open fire on this guy. And as it gets closer, the accuracy will get better. We'll just push this back a little bit so we don't overheat too badly. And then the Cranky Duke with your marksman rifle. I think if I get you to dash to here, I've got a shot along this axis, which just makes things a little bit better. The end of the shot is not great, but then he's going to come around to here, and at this point, you can shoot at him again as he comes around the corner. And that should be some pretty nice focus fire to take this out. he's getting smashed. That's an ambush and a half. He's almost dead. Let's watch that in the replay. I want to see it from his perspective as he runs forward without the hood. So he's coming up here, taking some fire from the left. Blackbird opens up, destroying that tree, and he's just getting smashed. Wow, that's a lot of fire. All right, this rocket, the first rocket is still in the air, I think. Let's just replay. Yeah, that's the first rocket. Actually, the first rocket has... Oh, it hit this hill, which is really disappointing. All right, let's go to planning. You, give me another rocket on this tank. Don't hit the hill this time. Wait till you're cool enough to launch that as well. And I'm just going to give you a wait command until you fire. And then what I want you to do is actually come up here, because you're going to start engaging people with your SMG. So the range on that's pretty tight, but we'll get into that next turn. Bucket of bolts. This mech probably hasn't got long to live, to be honest. How much firing is left on the machine gun? The minigun will probably get you to... With the two of these bursting at him, I think he's going to go down. So I want you to shoot at this tank after that. And I want you, when you're cool enough, to also shoot at the tank. And you know what? We're just going to kind of do the same thing everywhere. You are also going to shoot at the tank as soon as you fire. You're cool enough. And that should take that out. I'm not even going to move them, everybody. We're just quite happy to just... This is going to be a quick fight. Yeah, he's down. He tried to run away, which is really sad. Now everyone's just killed the tank. And there's the missile that should kill the last tank. I hope. Doesn't seem to be particularly reactive, the missiles from this guy. You could just run up here. And if he's still alive... Is that when the missile's going to hit? That's what it is. I think it's when the missile's going to hit. No, because it comes out of him here. I have no idea what that's signifying. Let's get you to... You're currently emptying into this tank, which is a bit sad. Get you to move to... Actually, have you got a shot from there? Don't eject. You actually have a shot, so take the shot, and you can also just shoot at him as he comes around this way as well. He's definitely dead. See if the rocket kills him. That was a direct hit. It did a lot of damage, but now the pallet's knocked down and it's over. Well, we are hitting the hill, but whatever. It's a victory. That patrol had no chance at all. Alright, we've got a rare arm here. I'm going to salvage that so I can rip the components out of it. I'm just going to scrap everything else for salvage. I'm not too worried about grabbing common components. I actually might use that arm rather than scrapping it. Alright, that's another nice win. Just thinking about what to do next. We've had a lot of events this session. We're still looking pretty good on repairs. Why don't we... Hosred still hasn't hit level 1. We could probably hit this camp, and that would be probably a good place to kind of... We've taken the corner of the province here. So I'll probably do that. We'll just get close while we do our repairs. All we're doing is waiting for repairs to tick up. Oh, we're in stealth mode, so repairs won't actually happen. So we need to be aware of that. Escalation level has increased. In the nick of time. Okay, we've got another bomb, which is great. That's not a buggy system at all. Okay, we can probably move in on the camp now. Let's very quickly just see if we can replace this arm. We'll go with the right arm. No, the right arm's holding the gun. And then we'll give you a left arm, the Nox. And then what we'll do... I don't think we've got any subsystems that I really want to make use of here. We do have this improved heatsink. You do have an overheating problem, actually. Let's put that in you, and that should deal with the overheating problem from the rocket launcher. Now we've hit the camp. Block scans. What does blocking scans do? Interfere with enemy sensors, leading them to believe you're about to approach a small group of civilians. Prevents the enemy from deploying forces appropriate for the current escalation level. Useful when encountering an enemy in a highly escalated province. I think we're okay right now. They're 170. We should be able to outman them with our 209. No enemy reinforcements. It is a small base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies. We should be able to take this. Let's go, team. What I'm looking for is to build up a nice chunk of supplies and charges so we can start producing some high-level weapons. Because our weapons are definitely just on the edge right now. This is a cool-looking base. I like the mist. I haven't seen the mist weather effect. There are some turrets here by the looks of it. There's a missile turret. Alright, what are we looking at for enemies? There is an autocannon tank here. There is a machine gun tank here. There's a heavy launcher and shield mech here. Those are the only mobile units. Is this a turret? A heavy launcher turret here. There's another turret here. There's a machine gun turret. Turrets aren't too bad. If you don't enter the detection radius, you're usually okay. But the enemy are kind of lining up to be shot at here, so we're gonna play their game, I think. Get you to move up to here. That autocannon tank really isn't too much of a worry. The enemy mech with the heavy launcher is a bigger problem, so we're just gonna focus fire them, take them out of the fight as quickly as possible. We'll get the Gerblin to just instantly launch a missile at them. They've got a pretty straight firing line here. I don't think that missile is going to hit. We'd have to worry about that missile hitting the building. Nope. Can we now double fire missiles with the heatsink? No, but you're not overheating, which is great. I'm actually just going to get you to sit here and launch missiles. You don't need to move. We'll get the bucket of bolts to dash up to here and then dash to here so that they can open fire on probably the tank because it's going to be in range first. We'll just push this back a little bit. And then the thing that's going to take a little bit of time is the Blackbird to get into position. So why don't we just get the Blackbird to focus on the other tank? Bring it to here. I don't think they've got line of sight. They do have line of sight. Then they can just do that. They're going to overheat a little bit. We'll push that back to cool down. Everyone's got orders. Let's execute and go. That was a nasty missile barrage. He hasn't taken any damage there. They've lost their right arm, which means they only have their pistol left. That missile is still in the air. What happened to the first missile, actually? Just watching the missile here. It goes up. Still in the air. He launches his barrage. This missile lands and doesn't do any damage. I think it did a little bit of concussive damage, but he's probably too bulky. This tank is still up, but probably won't be up by the end of the turn. Okay, this has become quite dangerous now. We need to get up and hug this guy because the launcher that he's got is terrifying. So let's ignore this tank. Let's get you moving. Dash to here. From there, you're going to overheat. Let's get you running as soon as we start. I don't really care about the fire from the autocannon tank at all. Once you're here, I need you to open fire at this mech. I need you to do as much damage as you can to it. Are you being shot at again this turn? Okay, he's not firing anything this turn. Let's try to do as much damage to him as we can. Without the arm, this guy's going to be really fast. So get them to run up and just give everything they've got at close range with the handgun. They probably don't have the heat for this last shot. No, they don't. Let's don't do that shot. I've had the Gerblin firing missiles, but the last missile really didn't do very much. Let's actually get them to launch at this tank, which isn't really moving. It's actually too close. So we'll get them to step up onto this hill, and then when they're up here, we'll get them to launch at this tank. That should be the end of that tank. And I'm hoping that the Blackbird will be able to finish off this enemy tank before its turn is over, and then start walking over here to shoot at the enemy. Alright, let's go. Second missile hit, did a lot of concussive damage. Oh, it's a shotgun pistol, that's right. Well, he took a lot of fire there. But he's still in pretty good nick. Got another missile in the air. This tank did die, which is good. So we just need to focus fire. Is he firing again this turn? He has got a launch off here on the Blackbird. So what we'll do is we'll get the Blackbird to actually tuck in. We'll cancel this move, and we'll tuck them in tight behind this building. And the missile should hit the building, and that will be fine. You just need to open fire on him and keep crushing him as much as you can. You also just need to keep on top of him and just keep shotgunning him while you've got the heat for it. Because these rocket launchers really do have insane alpha damage. These LRMs. Alright, you're all good. You just keep launching missiles at this tank. Let's go. That pilot's out. Most of the missile barrage hit the building, which is what we wanted. He is now about to lose his legs, which is good. He's dashing away this turn. Let's get the pursuit on. We don't actually need to dash because we have quite a fast mech because of the loss of arm. We'll just fire straight away. Too hot for that. Come on, Cyberspork. Let's get you to here. And from here, you can shotgun and hopefully shotgun again. Yeah, while he's in range. You could probably fire at him straight away. Although, is there a collision here? There's a possibility of a collision there. Let's change this move order. Can you maybe just dash? Dash to here? Too hot. Yeah, come. I don't need. If you come around this way, that's a collision, right? Yeah, don't want that collision. Let's get you to move to here. And then to here. Okay? And then you're not colliding. We've got some machine gun fire, but it's blocked. You're not very hot right now. Why don't we dash you up to here? And then from there, you can machine gun him. It's at point blank range, but he will get into longer range quite quickly. And you will cool down pretty fast. And then what we can do is we can get the Blackbird to step out to here. And by the time he gets there, he will then be ready to step out into minigun fire. And we're not going to get the Gerblin to do anything this turn, because the missiles are just a bit too dangerous. Well, this could be bad. Yeah, he took a bit of pilot damage there from the missile hitting. That's his legs gone. The minigun just cut through the building, which was really cool. I want to see that in replay. He's coming through here. Getting shot by the machine gun. Most shots missing. Shotgun in the back. Loses his legs. And then the minigun just drills through the building as he's collapsing. Is he ejecting? No, he's shielding up this turn. He's not giving up, so we'll keep shotgunning him. He's going to take a while to stand up here, so we'll do as much damage as we can while he's on the ground. Keep pushing these back. We probably don't get a third shot here because of the heat. We need to get the bucket of bolts here to just step around the corner to here. Now, he is going to shield in this direction, which is a little bit frustrating. I don't want to cross this fire, though, so for now, I think we're just going to get them to move up to here, and then from here start shooting. He's a little bit close, and the Blackbird's just going to open up. And then what we'll do is we won't pursue, and we'll get the Gerblin to fire a rocket that I just want to make sure it doesn't arrive until later in the turn. So this here, and it should get there as he's out of range of these two, I hope. Who hasn't got orders? Oh, I haven't given any orders to the Blackbird, because he's just firing his minigun. That's fine. That's a shield gone. That's the machine gun gone. The rocket launcher gone. He's out of this fight, whether or not that rocket hits, because he is going to eject. Let's just get you two to dash away, just to make sure you don't get hurt by that rocket. Look at the dash range on him now that he's lost his main gun. That's mission complete. Enemy camp taken. Okay, we took a little bit more damage there than I really wanted to, but I think we proved that we did okay even though that happened. Gotta be really careful of the area effect and friendly fire from those missiles. Alright, what have we got here? Well, we need to recover everything for the Cranky Duke. Let's grab this piece so we can pull the stuff out of it, and we'll just scrap everything else. Oh, we're going way over, hang on. This launcher, 688, it's not bad. So this is way more damage than concussive damage. I might actually grab this to replace the launcher that is on the Gerblin. We'll just check that out. Let's see if we get anything for the base. Buried treasures. Oh, well, let's put the box in storage then. That's probably going to blow up in our inventory. Right, we've done pretty well this session. I'm really happy with the progress that we're making. We're up to 664 components. So next time we're probably going to look at doing some workshop jobs. We can build a lot of stuff right now. Maybe get a new railgun on the build. What's a stagger? Manufacture a weapon stagger. I haven't seen one of these before. Let's get a stagger building. I don't know what that is. Maybe get a new heavy weapon building. We could do that. We could also get a new shield on the go. We do need a shield. And I'm very tempted to revisit melee weapons. So let me know what you want me to build. A saber, a cutter, a blade, or an axe. Because I'm quite keen to check them out. But that's going to be it for this mission and this session. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, it's very important to hunt for ghosts when your country has been invaded by the Reds. Have a good one. I'll catch you in the next video.